Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in this video I want to show y'all how to make a very beginner friendly, it would be the focal point of a necklace. I mean, you could modify it out to be a pendant. I'll leave that on you guys though for a challenge for your own creativity, but just a little keyhole pendant or a necklace rather. And the reason why this would be better for a necklace is it's going to have connection points on either like the shoulders of the piece as opposed to one just there in the front and center where you would hang it up on on like a chain or a cord or something. So let's go ahead and get started. For this project, you only need a few tools and materials. They'll be listed down below in the video description. But here we have a cabochon that I actually will be sending out in my Patreon packages, but I also have tutorials showing you how to make your own, and I think I'll pop a little link up onto the screen. So you could also use, this is just a little 30mm clay donut that I haven't even painted yet, but you could use stone or acrylic or whatever you have, so long as it has a hole in the center and does not exceed the width of our keyhole component. This is probably the widest stone. Well, it's polymer clay, but y'all know what I mean. This is the widest piece I would use with this, because if it exceeds past there too much, you're gonna have a hard time wire wrapping. And then also, this is, I think it's a Jim Holtz component. Again, links will be down below. And then here I have just two 22 gauge head pins. What's very, very important here is that the heads of these head pins are large enough that they do not slide through these holes. Because you can kind of see there how it almost, acts like a nail, that it'll just slide right through and hold quite securely. But if that head is too small and it doesn't grab, it kind of ruins the look a little bit to have to add a bead, at least in my opinion, for what I'm going for. It's art, there's really no wrong way to do it, but if it does slide through, you may have to use a bead or something to keep it from doing that. So you'll thread your head pins through. Also, this is just a 1.5 inch head pin. A 2-inch head pin would be preferable, but this is what I had. So we'll take it, and just to give you an idea of how it would look on a smaller bead, you'll thread the head pins through the center, and it'll sit kind of like this. And I think that looks really cool. But on a larger one, again, we just thread them through the center. That's how it looks from the back. And I'm actually going to remove one of these because, well, I don't know. You could remove one of them, but then you run the risk of it not lining up evenly. And so here we are, coming all the way up to the top, and I'm doing a bend around our cab. And now I'm splitting these off almost like they're little antennas. I'm going to be using my bent nose pliers. You can use whatever you like, but I really like these bent nose. And I'm just bending around and feeding through this loop here. And I'm going to cinch this down quite snugly. So there's one rotation. And now I'm going to come through and do the same thing on this side. And you'll notice my first rotation is kind of closest to the center, and I'm building outwards. I want to maintain a sense of symmetry on this side. So as opposed to looping through this way, I'm going to loop through this way, and I'll demonstrate that now. But that way, I don't know, I like to make it look like it's growing from the center line outward, and to have that mirror symmetry happening that way. And if it's helpful to you, you can just turn your piece around. You don't ever have to keep it oriented a specific way. It's more about the end result anyhow. So there we are. That's how it's looking from the back. Now this, like this, is not particularly secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue wrapping. If I can manage it, I'd really like to get 3 full rotations, because then I'll feel much more secure in what we're doing. Just coming around. There we go, maybe. And now I have some super fine tip bent nose pliers that can actually get in there into that loop and push it around more. I'm going to test in the back with the pad of my finger. I want to make sure there's no little pokey bits. Yep, nothing pokey. And now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. And this really is, I mean, it's quite simplistic. And if you mess up, you just cut off the head pin that you're working on, you know, use some flush cutters or something, and remove it, and then try again. And so I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck without spending like 30 hours wire wrapping something. So this is one of my favorite designs to do for inventory in the booth, actually. So you can come around. I'm actually going to zoom in just a little bit more. Hopefully that'll be helpful to y'all. And then coming around and just bending. Be patient with yourself and be patient with the project. I really want to get that loose end tucked away into that little hole. Okay, there we go. No snaggy bits. So there we are. And so we have a few options here. We could attach a ring through each of these holes and have chain or chainmail or strung beads or whatever we want coming off the sides, or we could attach to this wire here. And that's something I've done in the past as well. Like if you wanted to tie and incorporate this into a macrame necklace or something, that gives you a much larger space to be able to come through and kind of complete your piece like that. But that's the gist of it, guys. And I think this is really simplistic and pretty and fun and easy and all things good. And it also leaves you a ton of room to be able to embellish it and customize it to suit your taste and your style. Hey guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me for this tutorial. I hope that it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave them down below. If you enjoy my free tutorials, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to go above and beyond that, please check me out on Patreon. There's links down below. For as little as $1 a month, you can participate in my Fairy House giveaways. You can get behind the scenes like pictures and video and all sorts of stuff. We also do monthly craft crates and a giveaway every Tuesday that are exclusive to our patrons. So that's pretty cool. But also, if you follow along with this tutorial and want to share pictures of what you've made, or any tutorial, or you just made something cool, you can tag me on Instagram and you can share it to my wall on Facebook. Again, links are down below. So thank you guys so much, though. I was really excited to get to share this with you because I'd had requests for videos that don't take a really long time to create the project, and this one is like, you can spend as much time as you want making the bead. You can buy the bead. It's just like, it takes very little amount of tools, materials, and work, but I feel like for such a pretty and very gratifying outcome. So thank you. And it's durable. I've been doing that all day today. Yeah, it's still there. It's still stuck together. Thank goodness polymer clay is durable. I'll see y'all in my next video. Happy crafting. Bye.